is the system of racism, white supremacy, family. We're moving right along. Yeah, family. I don't know. I watched some of 50 Cent shows, but how y'all feel about 50 Cent? I think 50 Cent is a buck dancing coon, that gets out here and, does the dirty work of the racist white supremacists. You know what I mean? Because he's putting out a new documentary series trying to expose Diddy, and that's coonish if you ask me, because 50 Cent is constantly on the internet, trolling. Other black folks, and never once has he ever called out any of these YT people. Jimmy Iovine was said to have done a whole bunch of nonsense, and I don't see him calling out that record exec Jimmy Iovine. So 50 Cent, in my book and opinion, ain't nothing more than a performative coon who gets out here to do the dirty work of white supremacy, you know what I mean? Because he's trying to go at Diddy and attack Diddy, when Diddy wasn't guilty of not a damn thing, but being a black man in the system of racism, white supremacy. He shouldn't have, whooped down on Cassie, but he was wrong, and he gave her money for that, and they still trying to hang that over his head and use that as an angle to demonize him, this, that, and the other. And he wasn't guilty of not a damn thing, because if they could have nailed him to the cross and gave him life in prison, you could have bet your last damn dollar that they would have did that to Diddy. You know what I mean? That was about breaking Diddy financially, because they love, to break, black people, but black men in particular who are prominent and successful, so damn that, I don't like 50. I like some of his shows to a certain degree, but it got a lot of, stereotypical nonsense in it, It could have a little bit more, higher consciousness stuff in there, but I like some of his shows, and I used to like some of his music, but now 50 just turned into a tool of white supremacy, if you ask me, to get out here and troll black people and do a whole bunch of nonsense. Let me find this video, though. Just a moment, family. Here we go. Fair use, fair use.
You can't continue to keep hurting. You can't continue to keep hurting people, and nothing ever happens.
Sean Combs' The Reckoning, only 17 seconds long. This is the provocative tease for Curtis.
I think that's what the documentary series is called that he's putting out, so-called exposing Diddy, The Reckoning. You know what I mean? That's a bunch of nonsense, because the white supremacists, got to get a buck dancing coon to go against another black person. That's a old strategy, and they using 50 Cent now as their voice piece, to troll other black people, and he lets, YT people get away scot-free. You'll never see him in a million years call out nobody white because he's afraid.
Jackson's 4-part Netflix documentary about the disgraced and convicted music mogul.
I don't like the narrative that they keep trying to call Diddy disgrace. You know what I mean? Diddy get back out and he build himself up how I hope he does. He should not fool with none of these folks who ain't, throw him a lifeline and try to aid him, all of the celebrities that he used to know, he shouldn't deal with none of them, he should say the hell with them all, because nobody came to his aid.
Shot callers, bro.
I don't want to play that, family. I'm gonna skip that because I could get copyrighted. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let's see if it takes
across 12 different networks.
One of them, the new documentary. 50 announced it last year, tweeting, "I've been telling y'all about this weird bleep. You didn't believe me, but I bet you believe me now."
Go shows.
At the 2012 BET Awards and the
Sorry, family, I had to drag it a little close because they got their music in there, and I don't want to get copyrighted or get the live stream, flag.
Bad blood continued.
I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
After Diddy apologized when CNN released the video of Diddy's hotel attack on Cassie, Curtis weighed in, this is not going to work. When Combs was arrested
See, 50's just a performative coon and a troll, who constantly goes at black folks, but to turn a blind eye to, YT people because he afraid, to go at the power structure. Yeah, Tawanda, 50 is a troll. That's one thing for sure, two things for certain.
Last year, 50 tweeted, "Now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done," and posted a bottle of Diddy oil. After Diddy's sentencing, 50 wrote, "To whoever was booking Diddy for speaking engagements, I heard he won't be able to make it."
Tell me how to Instagram shade somebody. I need to know. What's the tact?
And Diddy, I mean, not Diddy, but 50's mindset. 50 was probably happy that, Diddy didn't get all the years. He was, he was probably, not happy, but he was probably mad and upset that, Diddy didn't get all the years they was, previously, trying to give him. He probably was, in there punching the air, like, on Boys in the Hood, in there punching air, you know what I mean? Because this is, he ain't nothing but a coon, if you ask me. And, his true colors have really, shine through in the last couple years, constantly trolling black people, I don't like that about 50. Damn, what you doing?
For the Diddy trial, Curtis gave us his social media strategy to a perfect role.
Usually, whatever they kind of give you a lead. Like,
Yeah.
Whatever they're upset about or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Now Philly, now 50. I said Philly, but now 50 is telling how to be a good troll and a good tool for the system of racism, white supremacy. He's telling how to troll, but in all actuality, he only trolls black folks.
Look at them. You kind of look for the flaws in the person.
Today, a source tells Extra that 50's Doc covers Diddy's life from childhood to present and is, quote, very balanced, not a hit piece. It premieres.
I think it's a hit piece where, he just, going full throttle, trying to target and, tear down Diddy's character, and that's a bunch of nonsense, but I won't be watching that, because I don't like to see, black people, getting tore down in the eyes of the public, you know what I mean? Because you only see them do this stuff, elite black entertainers, you know what I mean? Try to strip them of all their wealth so they can't pass it on to their family, but moving right along. What else did I